Hello, Stampin' Buddies. It's Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin'. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and Late Night Lori strikes again. It's actually Friday already. It's after midnight, and I'm not sure how long it'll take for this to upload to my page, but we're going for it anyway. So I was thinking sometimes I just need a super simple, quick card, and I didn't want to have to put a whole lot of work into it. Didn't want to do a whole lot of stamping, anything. My style is frequently a little more avid, if you will, but sometimes I just like simple, all right? So I am going to use this Layered Florals 3D embossing folder. And when you have a 3D embossing folder, you need to use the number 1 plate for your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and your number 4 plate, which is the gray one. Nothing in between, because these embossing folders are a little heavier, and that is just the perfect sandwich for what you need to go through your machine. So I had a piece of white cardstock, basic white, and I cut it to 3 3/4 by 5. Put it in here, kind of lined up where I thought I wanted my flowers to end up. I thought I would like that little embossed one, or the biggest embossed one, kind of on the lower left-hand side. So I ran that through my machine. So let's get rid of that. One thing down. And then I needed a card base. So this is our thick basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And a lot of people don't score them ahead of time. I prefer to score mine just because I think it gives me a better crease, straighter, and then I still use my bone folder. But I just like to score mine ahead of time. Personal preference, okay? So then I thought, well, this would be okay if it was like a wedding card or something that, you needed it to be very monochromatic. So I thought I would look for some designer series paper. And I have this Nests of Winter paper that I thought, well, it's probably going to be on the last chance list, but it's not now. It's not yet. It's still current. You can still order it. And it's really fun paper. So there's a couple of pages in here, or at least one set that you could do scrapbooking with, maybe, So this would be fun for doing with my chickens. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like their little footprints on there. So anyway, that's the Nests of Winter 12 by 12 designer series paper. And so that is going to go basically just my layer. And I wondered, if I could cant it if I cut them down. But I think the flowers make it just a little more formal. And the designer series paper does make it a little whimsical. All right. So that's going to be my card. And then I wanted just a simple sentiment. So I was digging around this Saying Something ephemera pack, and I saw this Good Luck. And I thought, well, that would be okay, except it doesn't really stand out. It kind of gets lost in the shadows with the texture. And I thought, well, I could just trim like a banner sort of thing, depending on what sentiment I wanted. Like here's one that says thanks. I could do something like that, or friend. But I kind of liked the green because it matched the designer series paper. So then I thought, well, what better way to make it stand out than to put it on a circle with my 2 3/8 inch circle punch. So that's what I did. I punched, but when I had just the white circle, of course, it doesn't stand out really at all. So all I did then is I got my garden green, inked it up a little bit, and went around and just did some shading on here, just on part of it, so it looks kind of gradiated, I guess. All right. So this will go over here. And I guess it didn't really make sense that I put the one flower there because I'm covering it up anyway. But it is what it is. And the silicone mat's great for doing blending on. But this, I will glue those words onto this circle. I will put the circle up on dimensionals. I will glue those other layers together and maybe add some kind of embellishment. Something simple. I'm not sure that I like that green. But just a few little dots on there would just make it sparkle a little bit. So I'll find something. In fact, something like this. And then I could use an alcohol marker and color them garden green. And then they would match my card. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's a really good idea. Except we don't have blends in garden green, so I will have to find, maybe old olive would work good. So quick and simple, and you have a card ready to go out the door any minute. Now you can also take your designer series paper and decorate the flap of the envelope so that your envelope's not going out naked. But there you go. That's all I've got for you tonight. Hope you liked it. Give it a try. Those ephemera packs with the sentiments in it are very convenient. So have a good night. Happy stamping.